Hello, welcome back everyone, and if this is your first time here, you're going to find a lot of home DIY and home repair videos. If you're a homeowner or want to be one day, you'll probably have quite a few videos here that will help you. This video is about how to remove or kill ants that are in your home. And I should have filmed this a few months ago because I had ants coming into one of my bathrooms, and I set up some traps or bait stations, not traps, to kill off the colony, and it worked over time. And so as a result, this video is going to be one that I'm going to have to film over the course of a number of days, and I'll be providing updates. Now the first thing is that you might be inclined to go buy some ant killer or some spray or something like that. If you haven't found the colony and where they live, then you don't want to be spraying poison, because you're not gonna get the colony if you just find some worker ants out and about and you just spray them and kill them. So if you're able to find the colony, then you can go right to poisons. If you haven't found the colony and you just see a trail of ants, like I'm going to show you in a minute, then what you want to do is bait them and have them take the poison bait back to the colony to kill the colony. That way they'll share the poison bait food, they'll take it back, and then they'll get the rest of them killed, almost like a Trojan horse. So let me show you now. I've got some ants I noticed outside, just on my front porch, and I'm going to want to kill them, and let's see what's going on with these guys. Okay, so here we are, and we're out here in the corner of the front porch. I'm hoping you can see the ants. Yeah, so they're going into here underneath the siding, and they're down around here. You can see them down there heading that way, and I'm trying to look at any of these ants that might be carrying food. And the thing is I've seen them so far carrying food. There's one right there, he's got something. I've seen them carrying food back and forth. Now what happens is that they're leaving a trail of pheromones, and these are worker ants, and they leave a trail of pheromones basically signaling to the other ants where the food is. Okay, it's a trail, a pheromone trail. Okay, and these types of ants are usually looking for sugars, and they use this thing called chemosense that senses where these sugars are, and that way sugars are their food, and they can find it and bring it back. Okay, so this is another example of the colony's not here. We're not exactly sure where it is. We're going to set up baits in this spot, okay? And then we're going to watch over time to see what happens. What I have here now are 5 different ant baits. I'm going to take you through them and what they do, and then we're going to set all 5 of these up along that ant trail that we saw before, and we're going to see how they all work. The first thing here is an ant bait from Raid. These things are so common right now, but what we want to understand though is how well they attract the ants to them. I haven't had good success with things like this before, but we want to see how this Raid works. And this one from Hot Shot, company called Max Attracts, it will do the same thing, attract them into here, and then they consume and take some of this bait back to the colony. Then we have this one from a company called Amdro. Alright, so this brand Amdro, we're going to put this one out. We have Terro liquid bait. So these are not liquid. This one is liquid. And what you do is down underneath, you see where it says red, with the red spot there with the scissors, you slice open the trap there, and that's where the ants will enter. And then they'll crawl up inside and start consuming the liquid bait. Amdro also makes a liquid bait like this, but I wanted to give this one a try. And then Terro also makes this liquid ant killer. I believe it's the same stuff that's in here, but you can apply it in drops sporadically where you need it. So you're not necessarily just setting a whole trap out with this. You can strategically put drops of this bait in various locations. I kind of like the idea of doing that. So we're going to set these all up right now and see what happens. Alright, we're back. And before turning the camera on, I've been watching for a couple of minutes here, and I'm only seeing, a random ant come out of this one, for example. Nothing in the other two, and I can see a couple in here, in this trap, in this Terro, and now you can see them all lined up around the little drop that we put. In fact, unless it's been seeping through a crack, it looks like some of that stuff's missing. I might have to add another drop there, but there's ants all over that. Not sure if you can see or if it's focusing. This is just after 1 hour. We're going to check back again in yet another hour. Okay, we're back again here, and this is 2 hours later. And the flow of ants has diminished quite a bit. I just added, I should have done it on camera, I just added a little bit more of this, the liquid Terro ant bait, because it was almost all gone. I just added a little bit more. We're seeing some still in here. I'm barely seeing any going in and out of these guys, and this is after 2 hours. But again, now it's evening, and we're gonna have to see what happens. I'll check again in a couple of hours if we still have enough daylight. Otherwise, we'll do another check-in first thing in the morning. We are back out. It's next morning, and I've been looking here for a couple minutes. Only an occasional ant, very little. I'm not sure if that means that this stuff has worked already, but that likely is the case. Like I said, most of these ants have gone into the Terro ant bait trap, or have just eaten the bait that was there that I squeezed in out of the bottle. Most of that is gone again after reapplying it, so they really like that. You see an occasional ant sitting there. We're going to keep another eye on it for the rest of the day and also tomorrow. So it's been 2 days now, and I don't see any more ants left. We're going to move these. We're going to take these into the back patio because I've got an ant trail over there. We're going to check these out and do another test on the back patio right now. So we've got some ants running along the edge of this cement slab here in the back on the patio. And I'm setting up these traps staggered now, you see. I just set them up here. And the interesting thing is they're already going into this one. They're not hitting this one yet. And I'm going to put a couple of drops of the Terro on the slab and see how they take to that as well. We're out here the next morning and on the patio. I see very few ants, just a couple. Okay, and nothing going in any of the traps. There's some dead ones in that trap, but that could have been from before. And I even have the drops of the Terro there. Nothing on those right now. It could be just because it's morning and the sun is just coming out here. We're going to check back again in a little while. Well, then we'll check back again in the next morning, and if they're completely gone, then we can just assume that between the Terro and trap and the Terro liquid bait, that those two would have knocked these out. Now we are 2 days later. I'm not seeing any more ants. They're all gone. Looking along the whole thing, and here's that where we put the Terro liquid drops. No ants hanging out there. Here's actually just one ant right here. Essentially all taken care of. They probably brought all of the bait back to the colony and killed them off. So that's great news. All right, so now let's recap. I tested the various baits and traps on 2 different locations on the outside of the house where we had ants, and also, as I mentioned, I think in the beginning of the video, that we had ants earlier this spring in one of the bathrooms, and we put some traps out there. I did not make a video of that. I wish I thought in advance to do that, but the results were the same as what you just saw here. With all those different traps or baits, what worked the best was this a Terro product, either in the trap itself, or this plastic bait contraption, or in the liquid. I kind of like this liquid better because I like being able to put drips and drops, you know, wherever I want. You could even put them on a little piece of cardboard or a little piece of paper and leave them around. So you can get essentially a lot of little baits spread out all over the place with that liquid bottle. I'm linking to that down below if you want to. You can get it in any home improvement store, I think. Or I'm just going to link down below to it so you can see it. But so what we have here is after about a couple of days, the ants disappeared, and they're gone, and no doubt because they ate that poison bait and brought it back to the colony, and then it all stopped. And since we were not really seeing the ants go into the other traps so much, it meant a couple of things. One, that they were more attracted to the Terro product than they were to the other stuff, and which is, so now obviously you want the ants to be attracted to it. And then two, since the ants, the appearance of the ants stopped, you have to assume that it worked. And so now this is the third time in about 4 months where I tested it on ants. That product seemed to work. That's what I'm recommending for now. I'm also going to do a video in the future about making your own homemade ant killer using probably borax and whatever else. I mean, I've seen some people do that before. I want to test that out and see how that goes. So, you know, check back for one of those videos in the future. Hopefully this helped you. If you've got ant problems, just go with that liquid stuff and just, you know, put some drops around, and you'll watch the ants feed off of it. You'll have a line of them coming back and forth, and then eventually you'll see them disappear. So again, hopefully this video helped you. I hope so. If so, please hit that bell notification icon and like button. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.